Everyone, welcome to the show. So, I wanted to share some updates with you guys about the Oath Keepers trial. They just ended week 2, but I wanted to share a few key details that I couldn't fit in the first week. So, in total, 3 former Oath Keepers members testified in week 1. They're all former military men. They quit the group prior to January 6th because they were disturbed by what they found after joining the organization. I shared details about one of them in week 1. That was John Zimmerman. One of the other men, Abdullah Rashid, told the jury that the Oath Keepers leader, Elmer Stewart Rhodes, made it sound like the group was, quote, going to war against the United States. And he referred to Rhodes as a wacko. He's also the one who recorded that Oath Keepers meeting and sent it to the FBI. And then a third man named Michael Adams told the jury that he left the group due to undemocratic rhetoric that he was hearing and witnessing, and also Rhodes' promise of violence if Biden became the president. Adams was actually the leader of the Oath Keepers Florida chapter, but he said that he resigned weeks prior to January 6th. And then his replacement is one of the defendants in the case, Kelly Meggs. We also found out that Rhodes' co-defendant, Thomas Caldwell, sent Rhodes a photo of a pistol that he purchased, which was disguised to look like a cell phone. Whether or not he took that to the Capitol, I don't know. But another thing that came up during week 1 was a very damning statement made by Rhodes on the night of the election. On November 4th of 2020, Rhodes sent a text saying, quote, "The left, including the Democratic Party, seek our destruction. We must defeat them, even if one of them occupies the White House." That really destroys Rhodes' so-called defense that he was only planning to follow Donald Trump's orders, and he was only going to take action if Trump invoked the Insurrection Act. In fact, the defense in general has had an unbelievably weak response so far. So, for example, the defense attorney for Jessica Watkins is attempting to convince the jurors that she only went to the Capitol to provide medical aid to members who might be injured. Remember, they have a ton of written evidence, audio evidence from these people's recordings back and forth, their communication back and forth. In fact, Watkins was heard in one of their radio transmissions on January 6th. This is while she's at the Capitol, and she was yelling, quote, "Push, push, push, get in there. They can't hold us." She wasn't yelling, "Let me in so I can see if anyone's hurt." And after they forced their way into the building, Watkins was bragging on video that they stormed the Capitol. So, and even before the Capitol attack, Watkins told someone that if Biden became president, quote, "Our way of life as we know it is over," and quote, "Then it is our duty as Americans to fight, kill, and die for our rights." Never once did any Oath Keeper discuss giving medical aid to the injured, helping anyone, not in the lead up to or on January 6th. On November 5th, also, Rhodes told his members to prepare for civil war. He didn't say prepare for triage. And other Oath Keepers members mentioned things like, this is what we train for. I'm going to go on a killing spree. They talked about sealing off the tunnels and gassing lawmakers. And defendant Thomas Caldwell told someone what would have happened if they had actually had weapons. He wrote to someone named Jonathan. This was on January 6th. And he said, quote, "If we'd had guns, I guarantee we would have killed 100 politicians. They ran off and were spirited away through their underground tunnels like the rats they were." Then Caldwell even suggested more attacks. He said in a January 7th message, quote, "Proud Boys scuffled with the cops and drove them inside to hide, breached the doors. One guy made it all the way to the House floor, another to Pelosi's office. A good time. We need to do this at the local level. Let's storm the Capitol in Ohio." And here's how weak their defense is. Prior to January 6th, Caldwell made mention of completing, quote, "pre-strike reconnaissance missions." His attorney is trying to convince the jury that they just wanted to go to DC early to scope out the location of porta potties. I'm not joking. That is their defense for him. Oh no, he just wanted to, get a jump on in case he had to take a tinkle. That's it. Or as Nancy Pelosi puts it, a poo poo. So, anyway, guys. Oh my gosh. Good times. All right. When I hear more, I'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.